Come on, you're not too bright. Well, I've only been walking about 10 minutes from the car across the field, and let's see, I think I see a piece of pottery. So that's good news, because I don't really know what other sort of things I'm going to find today. Well, I was out here 6 years ago. I made one trip before, and as I recall, there's some petroglyphs up on top of this hill. So we're going to go up and see them. Not seeing any. Oh, there's sort of a funny one. Made with dots. I'm not even sure that's ancient. Looks like very fresh pecking. Oh, I see some over here. Oh yeah, I remember that one. It's one of the better ones. Let's see if I can give you the overview right there. Look at that. There's checkerboards, there's dots, there's triangles over there, there's animals. That looks like a sideways birthday cake. I remember noting that before. And over here's a guy with a real crown. He looks like he's wearing some sort of, light fixture on top with candles. Oh, that's a good one. I'll come in and get some of them a little closer. There's the dots and the checkerboard. Checkerboard is pretty unique. I've never seen that around here. And here's the one that looks like a sideways birthday cake to me. Maybe I'll turn the picture sideways. I got some animals here in my shadow. That could almost be a track, but those dots seem unrelated to that figure. Look at the dots. They carry all the way down here, and even the dots continue up to there. This rock may have split in the interim. Let's see if I can get a little closer over here. That's a fairly unique pattern. These are really different than most of them on this mesa. I've read something that implies they might be a little bit earlier. Here's a side view of that, what I'm calling a birthday cake. With lit candles on top. And here's the guy with the fancy headdress. Now just next to it there's some lesser glyphs. There's an animal with some branch shadows that go through it. Look at that. Again, some big triangles strung together, outlined. Could be related to the other similar sawtooth pattern on the glyph next to it. Put this one in the shadow here. It's a nice area. It's a long shadow. I can just see him as I'm coming around the edge of this rock. This face has some petroglyphs. Looks like some nice ones. Again, probably something I saw 6 years ago, but worth another visit. Well, this thing at the bottom, this long thing, may be a corn stalk. I believe it's known that they grew corn down in the flats below. Let's see. Well, we see a lizard man, a number of different humans. There's an upside down one with some, I don't know what the extra things around his hands might mean. Oh, I see him on this rock too. Let me finish with, I see an animal on the side there, but look at this animal. And a little one here. So this is a little one with a long tail. Oh, look at the size of this one. This one's bigger. And his head is, he's got a tail with some structure in it. And here's a view of this one again. Pretty nice. Let me get a little closer to this one. There's a guy there. These guys here. On the side there's an animal. Here's this one with the something around the arms. Lizard man. Here's what I'm calling a likely corn stalk. And there's some other structure down below. There might be some other corn or some other things. Pretty nice. Well, I'm now leaving the hilltop. It sort of turned into a ridge up here, and I'm going to do some ridge walking, and the rest of what I see today should be new ground. So I hope I see some stuff. It's sort of unexpected and going between the hills, but this wash actually has gone through some rocks. So there's a small chance we could find some petroglyphs there. I suspect we're too far from the habitation area for them to have bothered much, but that's sort of a cool thing to find. The ranchers try to keep the cows in, but you got to pay close attention to the fences. I don't know what took this one down. Makes it easier for me though. Well, there's rock on top of this hill, but the geology has changed from basalt, which is good to ride on because of the thin desert varnish or patina that forms. Granite doesn't. I've walked around a lot of these hills here, quite a few hiking trips, and except for that first one that we went up and we found some petroglyphs, there's only one other one that I found petroglyphs. And you know, even pottery and ruins are not something I'm finding around here. I'm going to end up going down the wash, and I got better hopes for finding something in the flats down there. But we'll see. This is the prickly pear cactus that's most common around here. It's got sort of long stickers. And this is kind I've been seeing today. It's not so common. I don't know what it is. I hear bees. You can see them swarming around in the tree up there. I see, it must be the blooms. There's another one, same thing. Good spot for petroglyphs, but there aren't any. Here's a better specimen of the common local prickly pear cactus. Well, I found a piece of pottery, which is good. It's been a few hours since I saw those petroglyphs, and nothing cultural since. I've been looking around in case there's some ruins down here, and well, I've not found a ruin, but I found a piece of pottery, so I maybe should look around a little more here. I just picked this one up. Big piece of pottery. Yeah. Another one. There's a couple different types of this plain pottery that unfortunately I can't tell apart. But I think that the type that is at this earlier site is what distinguishes it. But you can't prove that by me. Well, that's a rock, but it looks like it's a worked rock. Sharp edge. Again, consistent with this being a place where people lived. Well, here's some more if you piece it together. This one looks a little different. It's a lighter colored piece. And this stuff looks more like the later stuff that we find around here. On that one side it looks the same. About the same. It's interesting. There's a few more. We need a pottery expert to interpret this. I can't do it. I think there's a small chance that this is a crude tool. I mean, you see the band around it. That could be used for hafting the thing to a piece of wood or something, so you could pound with it. It's just sort of got a single edge. It's not what I would call sharp, but it would be possible to use it. So I don't know, normally I wouldn't think anything of it, but it's right here at this site where I'm finding pottery and the like, so maybe it is. I don't know. Well, I've moved a couple hundred yards down and I'm looking for another ruined site. I've heard there are two, and I just found this piece of pottery, which is distinctly gray, different from everything else we found. But that may be a clue, so I better look more around here. Well, that's pottery, but that's brown on this side and gray on that side. Well, this one is interesting. I just picked it up right on the ground right there. But it's painted pottery, black and white. You can see how it's sandwiched. On this side, it's brown. I think that's the painted Salado. Well, I'm heading back to the car now. Looking for a couple ruins down here, and because I think I've seen there are two dots on a very low-res map suggesting there are ruins. But I think the first one I found, where I found a concentration of pottery, I think that's legitimate. Second one, where there was some pottery, well, that's probably consistent with stuff left by those people, but wasn't enough of a concentration to make me think I found the center place, because I'm finding other pieces of pottery as I go along. Well, that's an interesting looking thing. Look at that. I don't know. It certainly could be used to pound things, but I guess it's not convincing that it was worked to make that shape. Funny thing to just find laying here, though.